Drop the bass.
Hello and welcome to Business Today podcast. I am Karishma Asudani and today's conversation is about popcorn economics, blockbuster bets, and the relevance of cinema halls in a world of OTT. Well, movies are an emotion, but there's something more than that to my guest today here. It's a strategy, a business idea, and some bold decisions. Joining me today is the Managing Director of PVR INOX Limited, Mr. Ajay Bijli. Thank you very much, Mr. Bijli, for joining us on this conversation.
Thank you for having me.
Well, how have you been?
Absolutely fine.
Absolutely fine. I see that big smile. Is it because of the return of audience back to theatres in full force because of Dhurandhar?
Yeah, I mean, I was always optimistic about, audiences coming back and not just Dhurandhar. Dhurandhar, of course, is a big bonus. Avatar is releasing tomorrow. The advances are very, very strong. But this financial year itself, we've seen a lot of mid-budget movies which have done very well. So that excites me more than blockbusters doing well, because blockbusters are meant to do well, and of course some of them disappoint. But when smaller movies like Sanyara, Mahavatar, Narsimha, all these movies did exceedingly well, made with very small budgets, great storytelling, and across 300 crores, 400 crores, and audiences, lapped on to these movies. That's much more heartening. That's been more exciting. Dhurandhar, of course, is an icing on the cake. And luckily, every December, we find one movie. It was Animal, last year and a year before last, rather. And then you had Pushpa 2. In any case, it was meant to be good. And this time we have Dhurandhar. And but I was smiling even when things were not going okay. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, and jamming.
and
jamming.
Yeah.
But Mr. Bijli, I was sharing this moment of epiphany with my team just before we started that, when I was a kid, and I have fond memories of this. I and my brother waiting for our mother to take us to a cinema hall on one of those Friday evenings where mom came back from work and she takes us those manual tickets in different colors, black and white, blue, differently representing the seating zone. And now paradigm shift. Look, it's become an experience, a luxury experience.
Yeah.
You have seen it all, and you've not just been the maker behind it, but you've been the person who's experienced it all live.
Yeah.
Tell me, how has this journey, roller coaster journey, been like from, say, 1989 to now?
Well, the two things that really excited me way back in 88, 89 was what was happening in the auditorium. So I think I'd gone to see Pretty Woman in Chanakya, and I was amazed at two things. One, what was happening on the screen, and second, what was happening in the auditorium. So what was happening on the screen was a movie that people liked so much that even after the end credits rolled, people were still sitting, and which brings me to the second thing, which is audiences sitting and glued. So these two factors were very encouraging for me. That on the screen there are movies still being made, which connect people to films on the big screen, and audiences keep sitting. Doesn't really matter. Even if, and I'm not being disrespectful to Chanakya, I'm a very big fan of Chanakya, even if the quality of the exhibition facilities is compromised, it is not that enhanced, still people are glued and they're coming and watching. So these two factors is actually what encouraged me that, wow, now if somehow I can improve the quality of exhibition, which means no compromise on sound, projection systems, seating systems, air conditioning, hospitality type service, if we give to the consumers, which is at that time available in Nerula's. A lot of fast food joints had opened at that time. McDonald's was just around the corner. KFC had announced to come to India. So that influenced me, that if we can bring that into the cinemas and really enhance the quality of movie going, then there's bound to be magic that'll happen. I mean, not that optimistic I was, but I was like pretty sure that yes, I think there is there is an audience in India who would like that enhanced experience. And so that's been continuing since then. So if you're saying 89 to 2026, I still believe that if you focus on these two aspects, that the quality of exhibition on the screen, making it more and more experiential by improving your sound, projection system, seating, everything. And especially in a country like India, where so many films come, and an audience and market which is so large, I think people will keep coming on, and that has been the consistency. That's been one consistent factor in the way we've grown organically and inorganically to keep improving our experience, basically.
Great. You did talk about how these were moments of realizations for you then. Tell me, and I'm a 90s kid, so this question does come out of the same experience, that it takes a lot for one to convince their parents to get into a, say, an entertainment or a media business. But for you, it was in the family. You had decided, you were inspired by the fact that you'd convert the single screen theater and made something so big, a business model out of it. Was it more of a Papa kehte hain bada naam karega moment, or was it like nahi roti kapda makan, I will make my own thing?
No, it was, I was fortunate that my father and my mom, they were both very encouraging. It was ingrained into me. I just knew that once I finish college, I'll just do whatever dad is doing. So he had a trucking business which was flourishing, and he also had this property, Priya. But I think this story I've told lots of times, so I hope I'm not being repetitive and boring. But of course, in the trucking company, I worked for about a couple of years. From 88, I finished college till about 89, 90. And I thought that was not my calling. I was struggling a little bit. So the next thing I could do as part of the family business was look at the cinema business. And I was just very keen to, prove to my father that I'm not a write-off son, that I will do a good job of that. And so that was really it. Probably if Priya was not there as part of the family business, I would have not got into cinemas. I don't think so. So I was fortunate that Priya was, the property was part of the portfolio of businesses that I was supposed to look at. And then when I looked at it, I said, wow, why don't I give it this a shot and try to improve. I had no inkling that it'll become a business of this scale. It was just to only prove to myself and to my family that this one property, if I improve the facilities and have some sort of differentiation, which was Hollywood movies at that time, because there were so many cinemas in Delhi. 93 cinemas were playing Hindi films, and only 3 cinemas were playing Hollywood films. And I was in a catchment which was South Delhi, more affluent, more prone to watching English movies. I thought maybe there's a good chance that this will be a success. And it turned out to be something that people liked, and that encouraged me to move forward.
Great. Yeah. I do want to get back to that. If it were not movies, then what would it be?
Wow, I've never thought of that. Maybe I would have
music?
I really don't know, to be honest with you. I've never really thought about it, that if it wasn't cinema business, what else I would have probably gone back to the trucking company and worked harder there and try to find my passion in that, or would have started something else under the blessings of my father, with the blessings of my father. Because I was quite determined to make sure that I don't do anything which he's not comfortable with. Yeah. That much I wasn't like a rebel son that way. I was quite happy to be under his guidance and probably do something else.
Yeah, I think that's quite an example of when you've made passion your profession.
Yeah.
And that is why you don't have a apt answer for it. If not this, then what?
Yeah.
Because it's worked out.
Correct.
Great. Let me come back to present and the future, of course. How is the movie business currently in India? Do you see it on a scale of profitability?
I think, the fact that our first half is already delivered, and I'm giving you numbers in the public domain, around 450 crores of EBITDA has already been declared. Third quarter has started very well. As you know, 2 months, October probably was one of our best months. December will probably be one of our best months of all time. The way it's going just now. The fact that 8 million people have already visited our cinemas. So I don't think those survival conversations are up to date. Those survival conversations were way back in 2021, 22, post-COVID. Now we are thriving. touch wood. We are back, and it's like any other out-of-home infrastructure business, which is like hotels. Hotels are also not new age or high tech the way probably so many other fintech, edtech, and new age companies are, but they're thriving. So I think cinemas in India, I'm only talking about the Indian market, are really a very important out of home infrastructure business which is here to stay. Doesn't matter what happens at home, because people will do everything. They're not straight jacketed. I give again the same example. I'm going to think of some better examples now. But like people have, kitchen at home. People have access to Swiggy, to Zomato, or Eternal now. Everything at home. But yet they'll go out to restaurants. Yet they'll go to QSRs or whatever. So both coexist. So I think similarly is cinemas. People will watch content at home, but they'll also go out and watch movies on the big screen. So I think it's very much part of our DNA. It's very much part of our entertainment option. It's not going anywhere. All stakeholders have now realized that cinema is a very important part of their entertainment option when they go out.
Right. And because we were discussing about numbers, I did go through your Q2 numbers. The debt levels have been really on the lowest, in fact, since merger. Do you think the merger was also somewhere a turning point?
Yeah, merger, of course, created a scale which gave us the economies. And if you look at the numbers, why our fixed cost, why our variable costs have come down, is because the scale gives us the opportunity to not only look at our variable costs, line by line, our operating expenditures, but even our fixed expenditures, whether we're buying projectors, seats, carpets, all the infrastructure capex that is needed to build cinemas, or even perishables, we get that economy to improve our margins. Yeah.
Great. In an era of, say, instant gratification of OTTs, tell me what keeps you excited, especially when you're walking into this place.
Well, as I said, ours is an experiential part of the experiential economy. That's the business. So I love it when people enter this place, for example, or they can enter any cinema. We've just opened something in East Delhi, brilliant mall called Elegante, a 5-screen complex. I just love it when people are just milling around in the lobby, in the foyer or atrium of the mall, and they go to a QSR store or a food court. But the moment they enter PVR, which is called PVR Cinemagic, they say, wow, I'm glad I'm here. So I think that continues to remain our mantra, that the wow factor should always remain. When people enter, say, oh, this is an entertainment space I've entered. It's not a shopping space. It's not an F&B space. It's a space of escapism where I can really enjoy. I can transport myself into the world of movies. So that is what keeps me excited, to create spaces which are meant for entertainment. They're meant to de-stress you. I can't control what's happening on the screen. That can be a serious genre movie or a comedy or a horror or anything like that. But at least the environment in which they are sitting should be really pleasing.
Which means that there is always a wow factor on cards. So what are you planning for 2026?
Wow, again, keep pushing the envelope on everything. So these new cinemas that we're talking about, they have a lot of offerings beyond F&B. So and the foyers will, they're open foyers first of all. So the ticket checking is only happening at the auditorium doors. So people they don't need a ticket. They can go in. I think there's a nail bar. There's a perfumery we've done. There's some outlets to buy some impulse purchases. Pool table, some gaming zones. Lots of things are there. So I think we keep pushing. This is a new experiment that we've done in 2 or 3 of our properties, which is really doing very well. And we'll keep pushing the envelope and seeing that what else can be done. Luckily, technology guys are also helping us a lot. So new LED screens are coming. Even in the auditoriums now, you may not be needing projection rooms. The LED screens themselves will give such good quality that, again, experience will improve. Screens are not only in front of you, they're also on the side panels. Auditoriums will become much more immersive. So I'm just happy that I don't have to keep pushing the envelope. The technology guys are also pushing the envelope to make the environment inside an auditorium highly, highly differentiated to watching anything on your mobile devices, your iPads, or seeing it at home. So that's the whole idea, that people say, this I can't get at home, or this I can't get on the go. Yeah. So if they see that difference, I think the difference is very obvious. And if the difference was not obvious, then with the grace of God, we wouldn't have got 8 million people and not get 16 million people that we're going to be probably getting this year. Because people are seeing the difference between watching content anywhere else and watching it at PVR INOX cinemas.
Yeah, and you've been experimenting. I remember the AI initiative that you had taken, I think, mid this year in terms of booking tickets, which makes it also way more comfortable for a person who's confused which movie to watch.
Yeah, I mean, because there are so many cohorts we realized, and it's not a one size fits all consumer base that we've got. So if you're somebody who's fond of, I don't know, comedies, if I keep bombarding you with marketing messages to see a horror movie, you'll say, what's going on? You'll probably block it. So I think we used Salesforce to basically identify different cohorts, what do they like of consumer base that we have got, and then only giving them targeted messages and marketing so that it becomes much more meaningful marketing rather than just bombarding them with messages which are not meaningful. So I think AI, we've just done another workshop to go even deeper into trying to see the heterogeneous nature of the consumer base and the Indian economy. I mean, it's like crazy. You have people like we're sitting who are happy to pay 1,500 rupees for an experience, and there are people who only want to watch at 150 rupees. So how do you then address the needs of both and yet make the cinemas not only affordable but aspirational as well? Because even in a small town, he should feel proud to take his family to a PVR and yet not have to pay more than 150 rupees per family member. So I want to make sure that we are both aspirational and affordable.
Right.
So that's the positioning.
While I do get that, Mr. Bijli, there's been some skepticism in the market in terms of families finding, say, the pricing a bit higher for tickets or even, say, F&B. Does that demotivate or is that a challenge when it comes to footfalls?
Well, if you look at our results, our average ticket price is 259 rupees. I think for 259 rupees, getting an experience the way we are giving, if it was a problem, then we wouldn't have got number of people that we've got. I think people who talk about this, they come to a director's cut, or they'll go to Geo cinemas that we've got in Bombay or Koramangala or in Bangalore Rex, and they look at the ticket price being 700, 600 rupees. They extrapolate that to be the entire average ticket price of PVR. So I think they need to do their homework a little bit more and then say ticket prices are high. Because I don't think ticket prices are high for at all. Because as I said, you can look at our published data, 259 rupees for an experience that we get, I don't think it's high.
But for that 259 ticket, the popcorn will still cost 400?
159 rupees.
150.
Yeah, again, the 400 ticket popcorn price, again, you're taking off a high-end cinema. And by the way, you get what you call unlimited refills with that. So people only read the headlines. They don't read the whole thing. So for 400 rupees, you also get unlimited refills.
Right. Well, because we're talking about popcorn, this year was quite a popcorn story, popcorn economics. Of course, it's now done and dusted because the GST has now been reduced. But what did you think about it? The whole debate between caramel popcorn and salted popcorn being charged differently.
I think the fact that it's got sorted out doesn't need me to go retrospective about it.
Okay, on a light-hearted note, tell me, which popcorn do you prefer?
I'm a very boring person that way. I'm very careful. I'll have popcorn which is less salted and has got less oil. Because I'm very conscious about how much I put into my, in my mouth as far as calories are concerned.
Well, I will not say you're boring at all because you jam, you're into music, you're into the business of money behind movies. So that's just not boring, it's an oxymoron.
Yeah, correct. But I'm careful about how many calories go inside. But I think what I really enjoy once in a while is our sweet gourmet popcorn, which is great.
Okay. When we last spoke, which was beginning of this year, you had told me that you're banking big and betting big on regional cinema doing well. And of course, you've mentioned that now too. Has that been one of the reasons why footfalls have been better? And if you could give some data into how better has the occupancy been this year?
Look, the way, I say that even in my earlier interviews, that we're not a passive company. When people say that you're dependent on content, I said, of course, we are dependent on content, but that is an advantage rather than a disadvantage. Because if I was in a country where there was a limited content which was coming, then you'll be at a disadvantage. But in a country where 1,700 films get released, how is it a disadvantage? It is an advantage because there's so many prolific and creative producers who are way more motivated than I am to make their movies work, because it's a livelihood to make sure the movies work, right? So that was one part of the strategy, to be in a market like India where there's so much quantity of content. The other question that you're asking is about diversity. I was also very clear that despite having quantity, our cinema should also have a diversity, geographical diversity. So I don't want to be just a North Indian brand or a West Indian brand or only in East or Central. We should also be in South, equally distributed. Therefore, some of our inorganic growth happened in South. Now 33 or 35% of our circuit is basically in down South. So that also mitigates the risk that if Bollywood, for example, has got a little volatile year, South compensates for it. If South has a volatile year, Bollywood compensates for it. Also, within each city, we are sitting in South Delhi, we also have cinemas in East, Vikaspuri, all that. Then even so, if for example again Hindi or any other movie has a volatile year, Hollywood comes into play. So I was very keen that we have a circuit of 1,900 or 2,000 screens shortly. This should be very distributed very well, so that you're not dependent on one type of content only. You're dependent on a diversity of content. So therefore, to your point, last year South, I think 2 years ago, South was doing very well.
Because of Bahubali.
Bahubali, KGF, RRR. Bahubali was pre-COVID. So post-COVID, you had Pushpa 2, Kantara, all that. But now this time, I think about 50% of our revenues are coming from Hindi. And Hollywood has gained a lot. In fact, 29 movies this year have given more than 100 crores box office. Till October end or November end or something like that. But Hollywood, because of the screenwriters' strike, had a bit of a problem. But now if you look at this year, Jurassic Park, Mission Impossible, F1, Superman, Fantastic Four, now Avatar has also bounced back. So when all cylinders are firing and with a circuit which is all over the country, it really benefits the company.
Great. So does this also push you for a aggressive plan in terms of screen expansions further?
So our current about 40% of the screens that we've opened this year have been in South. Because I think that not because of just the fact that the movie going culture is very strong over there. It's also because it's still underpenetrated as far as multiplexes are concerned. The concentration of single screens is still a lot in the South. And the malls and shopping center penetration is still less. So therefore, our expansion naturally is going there. The second area where our expansion is going is in, it's a working title of PVR Smart Cinemas, which are the Tier 3, Tier 4. 48% of our circuit currently is in metros and Tier 1. So Tier 2, Tier 3 cities are still underscreened. So very soon we are launching a 100 rupee or 125 rupee product, which the capex is also going to be 50% of our current capex per screen in smaller towns, which is something I'm very excited about, because that will be the big growth engine. So now currently, for example, we'll open about 100 screens this year. With adding this product, we can open close to 200 screens a year.
Oh, and that is going to give pan-India access.
Pan-India access, yeah. Again, we'll be very careful because it still has to give a very good ROI. So not just any city where there's no cinema. I also want to look at, is the location good? Is a destination factor there or not? Are there further tenants around which can also pull some customers? And the movie going index, whether it's strong or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is also, I think, prospectively to look is, because we've spoken about you and how you have come into this business, it's now also about passing the baton. And I met your daughter last time. Your kids are into this too. Tell me, what is the PVR INOX legacy looking like?
I think it's a very professional company. But at the same time, I think there is some entrepreneurial touch also which is required no matter how professional you become. So I think kids, my Niharika, Naina, Amir, they are doing a good job. I think the brand needs to be youthified. We need to remain, as you use the word relevance in the beginning of your interview. I think it's 1 to 3 4. 12 to 34 is the age profile of the maximum number of people who come to PVR. So that's the generation that goes to shopping centers, food courts, QSRs, and cinemas. Now, what do they want? So if we don't have youth in the strategic positions as well, then we may lose touch of the relevance that we need to have. So I think they bring that to the table of really understanding what the consumer wants. So a lot of initiatives, like we've done a dine-in cinema recently, was a result of brainstorming with our kids sitting together and deciding what is needed, opening up of the foyers, having these perfumeries, having these nail bars, having impulse retail, Dog Father, the F&B brands that we are converting, a lot of stuff. I think they are more close to the reality. Our marketing strategies, AI, digital initiative. So I think that's the value addition that they're bringing to the table just now. But as far as what the future holds, it's a board-driven company. So we'll see. So I keep telling them that do what you have to over here, but we'll see.
But they all love being a part of it.
Of course they do. I mean, they've grown
Movies.
up with movies, yeah. So they're bigger movie buffs than I am.
Oh wow!
I'm still more fixated on the environment. I still prefer. I mean, I'm still more distracted by is the seat okay or not? Is the carpet fine or not? Is the projection system okay or not? Is the screen size good or not?
So in our language, we call it OCD. In my generation, that's what we call it.
I just still love the experience rather than just being a mad movie buff. I think I'm not that big a movie buff. I mean, of course, if I do, I still haven't seen Dhurandhar, by the way. So I have to see it one of these days.
Right to next screen.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it.
Okay, but again, do you have these arguments among yourselves on which movie to watch together if you have to do a family movie day, movie night?
I want a movie which doesn't stress you. So my only thing is it should not be horror, it should not be jumpy, it should not have I've got very simple, benign taste. I would enjoy a fun comedy and come out of it feeling good and happy. I didn't want it to be too depressing either.
Okay. Are they the brains behind bringing those old gold movies back to screen like DDLJ and a couple of those old ones that have come back now?
Yeah, I mean, the kids had an important role to play. The management, of course, our programming team under Kamal, they had an important role to play. And I was very keen to experiment with it because that is the ultimate tribute you can give to the big screen experience. Imagine these movies are available literally for free on streaming platforms. People can see it anywhere. Now, suddenly people are paying to come out and watch these movies on the big screen, which means there must be something about the magic of the big screen and, of course, the movie itself that people are saying, no. DDLJ, Rockstar, there were so many other movies that played, which did exceedingly well, Tumbar and whatever, and just now Sholay. They're available literally for free. People are saying, no, I still want to come and watch it on the big screen. I think it's a huge testimony to the Indian audiences as well, that they want to come out and see the same movies on the big screen. I think it's fantastic. So last year we played a lot of these movies and it contributed about 15% or something of our revenues. This time the flow of movies is so much, and luckily the movies are doing so well that we don't need to have too many re-releases. Only strategically we're releasing them. I think Aamir was keen to do an Andaz Apna Apna, so we released that. There was a festival, then we did Shah Rukh's festival. Now Sholay got restored on 4K. The soundtrack is new. It's uncut version or something like that. I'm seeing it tonight, by the way, at 7:30. So therefore, strategically we're placing them.
Okay. How's the economics of bringing live shows on the big screen looking like? We've been waiting for the whole IPL experience. You've announced it with BCCI.
Yeah. Again, I think shorter formats are better. I think longer formats, people get restless. So key T20 games, key IPL games are the next best thing to watching it on the in the stadium itself is doing well. Again, like the Taylor Swift Eras tour, we showed BTS, we showed those are doing well. Again, good fillers. And again, the infrastructure is already there. So it's a great idea to sweat the asset by having, content, alternative content. So I like that. And I think the Era store we showed at 6 o'clock in the morning or something. Even BTS show was shown. So economics work very well. But you have to be, again, very choosy and very careful about what you show.
Okay, great. Let me shift the focus to you now. Tell me, what is a day in your life looks like besides movies, besides business, besides those boardroom conversations? I know there is music as a part of your life. Was that since the beginning, or is it it's something that you've just found recently that you love?
No, I've always been very fond of singing. But then, of course, I had a band in college also called Modus Operandi. Mainly,
Oh, wow.
mainly cover songs. And then I lost touch for the longest time. And then I reconnected during COVID. And that's the time I said, okay, this is my passion, and let's get back to it. So I was fortunate that I got a group of very talented musicians. And I made a band called Random Order. I don't do enough gigs. I don't have time. It's a big problem because these are professional guys. And so last year I did quite a few gigs, but this year again I don't have any time. And so I enjoy that. I get up in the morning, I do my riyaz for about half an hour or something. I like Hindi as well as English music. And I'm also cutting an album now. I did one song called Vaheguru, which was obviously not my song, which is Ek Onkar. Recorded it with Shekhar Ravjani, and recorded it with Rakesh Om Prakash Mehra and all that. So that video came out. It did quite well. And now I'm doing on Ma, on Vaishno Devi and Saraswati and everybody, an album with Shekhar. Hope to release it on my birthday, 9th of Feb. Recording is easier for me because the commitment is not to get a band together and sing. That takes a lot of time. So this year probably I'll be recording more. I've also got a Shadi song that I've done, a wedding song.
Oh my God.
I was very keen to do that. A fun song.
Yeah.
I've recorded that with Amit Trivedi.
Okay.
And so that probably will come out in a couple of months' time as well. So it's good fun to keep doing that.
You're finding your calling, aren't you?
People play golf, people play tennis, some play bridge.
Pickleball now.
Pickleball, bridge, all that. So I found that singing gives me more respite than doing all that. Golf takes too much time. So it's fun. Enjoy that.
Usually when I meet people on the golf course and I ask them what is easy, is it making decisions better in the boardroom or is it on the golf course? How about you? Do you just think about anything while you're jamming, or it's actually you're calm amidst all the storm?
Yeah. That's like completely switched off from everything else. Everybody knows if I'm jamming, then it's only music, and then no shop talk.
Yeah.
I'm unavailable at that time.
And how's family reacting to this? They enjoy?
Yeah, I think they are very happy that I found something to do which de-stresses me. Even work is, not stressful, but it's just that when you're running a listed company and you're always on the public eye in terms of your results, your popcorn prices, your ticket prices, it's managing, 18,000 people, and it does get to you. So they're also very happy that I found something which keeps me away from work as well as them.
Well, this is not going to go down well. But thank you very much, Mr. Bijli, for catching up on this conversation with us, and wishing you luck for 2026, not just for the movie business, but a lot of other wonderful things that you've been doing. And for young people like us, where we are always kind of skeptical about how long are we going to do this, to learn that people find different kinds of passion and calling at a later stage of life is also very inspiring.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much for speaking with us.